Welcome back, everybody, to the Bitcoin Business Bureau. I'm your host, as always, LitecoinLeader. I really thought about putting this over on my backup channel, but the backup channel is for a backup channel for a backup reason. I'm going to put most of the stuff this week on LitecoinLeader channel because that's where most of you are. But please grab the backup channel, and I'm noticing that my name isn't shown. Interesting. Let's get that shown. There I am. Okay, but the backup channel, it's EconomicLeader. That's the other name for the channel. In case anything ever happens on this channel, I don't know if I'm shadow banned. I don't know, or what is the Twitter language? It is it VF? I don't know. I don't know. If you're not following the Twitter files, you should. It's interesting. They don't shadow ban. They gave it a different name. It's still the same thing. They don't promote those videos. They don't promote those people. But as people are learning, a lot of different people were shadow banned and limited on their accounts. I lost several accounts on Twitter. Imagine that. But today, what I wanted to talk about, and pretty much what I'm going to talk about this week, is the overall economy and how it's impacting crypto. Well, the focus pretty much on energy. So today, what I want to focus on and the energy with Russia and oil and sanctions and how that's all working out with the EU. And the reason I talk about energy is this, and why I want to tie it to crypto. And actually, you know what? I'll save that to the end. So let's first talk about the story. So let me share my screen. So of course, there's a pop-up. Thank you so much. Let's get rid of that. So many windows. Sure, there. Okay, now the window looks right. So Russia rejects a $60 oil price cap, warns a response. This is in response to this story. The U.S. joins the European Union and G7. I'm getting over a head cold, so bear with me if I sound a little nasally. The U.S. joins the European Union and G7 to cap Russian oil prices at $60 a barrel. So what this means is that the U.S. and the EU agree that they're not going to spend any more than $60 a barrel for Russian oil. So this is their way of getting another sanction on Russia and saying, hey, we'll buy their oil as long as it's below this price. That's really a sanction. That's really a price cap. And it's not an economic thing. It's a financial rule. So in other words, in an economy, things work out and you have like price fluctuation as supply and demand kind of dictates what the price is going to be. If things cost too much, people won't buy it, price will come down. If things cost too little, people will buy up a whole bunch of it and they'll have to raise the price. Basic supply and demand, kind of the first thing you learn in economics. The old guns and butter, supply and demand, that kind of stuff. But the US and the European Union and the G7, which is basically, let me dig that up for you. G7. G7. There we go. So you got France, Italy, Canada, Japan, Great Britain, Germany, and the US. That was easy enough. So you got these sanctions here, or limits that the US is willing to spend $60 a barrel, along with the European Union and G7, to cap Russian oil prices. Well, Russia rejects this. We say, no, we're not selling it for $60 a barrel. And they warn of a response. That means that they're going to take an action. Really, what they're going to do is they're going to sell it to other countries, which they're going to do anyway. And for the most part, I think it's buried in here somewhere. Here you go. Russia's biggest oil buyers, China and India, have not committed to the oil cap. Of course not. Of course. So it's ridiculous. Okay, what they're trying to do is they're trying to limit what Russia can do. They're upset over the Ukraine. They're upset over what Russia is doing. But for the most part, all these different countries and their different rules that are not economic rules, they're financial system rules. They're trying to control everyone's access to energy. Energy goes back to oil. China, India, they're not playing this game because they're BRICS nations. It's the I and the C of BRICS: Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, soon to be Saudi Arabia. But hey, that's besides the point. But the RIC part of BRICS, they say, hey, we're not playing this game. And now, as I mentioned in an earlier video this week, Brazil, maybe it was last week, I don't know, but Brazil is tying, they're accepting Bitcoin. So Bitcoin ties it all together. You could buy your energy for Bitcoin. And Bitcoin is a conversion of energy to a store of value. That is what Bitcoin's job is. It takes energy, which is converted into electricity, runs miners, and those miners create more Bitcoin. So it is the cleanest, it's the fewest steps to converting from energy straight to store of value, as opposed to gold, where you have to dig out of the earth, you have to clean it up, you have to purify it. I don't know the whole process of making a gold bar or a gold coin, but you have to go to the mints, you have to pour it out, you have to stamp it, or however you cast it. And there's a lot of steps to it. Whereas Bitcoin, it's electronic, it comes right through it's electricity converted to store of value by the computer through the decentralized network. So this ties it all back to crypto, right? So Bitcoin converts the oil or the energy to store of value. So it allows everyone to go take that energy source and go right to a store of value. So that means any country can do it. Anyone with access to the energy can do it. But here we have the G7, the United States, the EU, all trying to limit access to this energy form of Russian oil. Russia says we're not playing that game. Now there's India or China. You won't hear this from the BRICS nations because they don't care about this either. So you've got these other options that are going on out there, and they're converting the energy and saying, forget this. I don't need these rules that have been put in place. We have plenty of other markets to sell our oil. So it's a quick video today. Just want to share that. And this is one of the topics that we talked about on Economic Preppers. The latest video came out this week. We recorded it Friday the 9th. There's so much going on this week. I'm in the process of boxing up my studio because I'm in the process of moving. We'll talk about that probably on the last episode, as I'm filming a few episodes today because I got to box this place up. But a lot said today. I would love to read all your comments, what you think of these sanctions, these rules, all these different controls they're putting in place to kind of control everybody's access to energy. I love to read all your comments. And thank you for all the likes, subscribes, and shares. Really helps with the channel. The thumbs up help out too. Keep the word out there. I'm just trying to share my opinion, get you information that you need to know about what's going on, how it relates all back to Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. So a lot said today. With all that said, I'm going to close the drawer in the bureau, say file leader one more time, and I will talk to you soon. Take care.